Hello, one and all, and welcome to more RWBY discussions. I am.
Who wants to talk about this episode?
Someone is excited.
Hell yeah, I am! Did you see that?
It was a pretty good episode. Yes, I was there. I saw it.
Oh my god, all of the yes!
I am the MaxN'Mate Trades. With me, as always, and exceptionally excitable today is...
You're only mate, and maybe I should try calming down.
Maybe a little. All I can truly say before we get into this episode proper is that, well, people wanted more action. I feel like they got some action.
Oh, did they get it?
So, there you go. You wanted some fight scenes, we got you your fight scenes.
Fight scenes out the wazoo.
True dat. Anything you want to say before we get into it?
Nothing that's, too relevant, I suppose.
Alright, then we're gonna start off right at the beginning with the giant robot. The first thing to say about this giant robot, it looks weird to me because it has no head. It looks like a huge part of it is missing.
Yeah, I can see that.
It's like,
really.
I get that it's like...
it's not just me.
Yeah, I get that it's, you know, how it's designed. I get that, but whenever I look at it, it's like, it looks like it's missing a part. It's all tiny and it's just weird.
I got a comment on one of my reactions calling it a midget robot.
A little bit!
And hey, if that's a midget robot in this show, oh my god, could you imagine?
Yeah, I really can't say I know. Regardless, crazy old lady and a robot has decided to start being a crazy old lady murderer, because that's how she do.
Yeah, like, okay, Ironwood has to fire this woman.
Assuming she doesn't end up getting killed in the process of this.
Okay, yeah, true. Especially with, what might be coming.
Yeah, so, we'll see. So, she shoots a missile, and RWBY shoots the missile out of the sky, and that's pretty dope.
That is awesome.
So that's a pretty good shot you got yourself there, RWBY.
Yeah, like, I would love my ass if it turns out RWBY was that good a sniper while playing a video game or something.
Maybe that's where she gets some of her training.
Maybe. Like, just get her to play Overwatch, have her be on your team, and be Widowmaker.
I mean...
Just boom, headshot, boom, headshot, boom, headshot.
I mean, to an extent, video games can be used to train people of certain things. Not to a full degree, but, I mean, simulations have gotten pretty good.
Yeah, I feel like RWBY would kick a lot of ass at those.
Yeah, and then...
So much to the point where people would say, oh, she's using an aimbot.
Probably. Regardless, so crazy old lady is about to do some murdering, and Weiss is all like, haha, nope, have some rocks.
Yeah. Whoa, sucker!
I'm glad she chose...
And...
I'm glad she chose the rock wall, because I don't think any other type of wall would have worked. If she used her typical ice wall, I don't even know what would have happened.
It would have just been more ice.
I know, but, like, would the ice have broken the ice? Rock is stronger than ice. This is science.
Yeah, it is.
Regardless.
Weiss does save everyone.
Weiss did save the lives of many people that day, and I guess it's something. It's still not a one-on-one victory win, but she did save lives.
I forget what that Batman quote is. This is the hero that,
It's the hero you need, not the one you deserve.
Yeah, that's it. Can we have Weiss saying that to RWBY?
Yeah.
Just in a Batman voice for some reason. I'm the hero you need, but not the one you deserve.
See, now I want to hear Weiss try and do a Batman voice. It's like, I don't know how that would sound.
Oh, we need to talk to Kara Eberly.
Yeah, maybe someday. Regardless, Jean formulates a plan. He says, yo, we're wicked tiny. That's gonna be kind of hard to hit. So we should be distracting as all get out. And Nora is like, yeah, all right, I guess we are.
Yeah, Nora has like 3 lines in this episode, but they're all amazing.
She has 3 lines in this episode, and they're all like in the top 10 best lines of the episode.
Yep.
So,
my favorite is the last one.
Yeah, we'll get to it. Anyway, RWBY and Weiss are gonna go awesome. Maria has to like try and, you know, not die. We'll see how that works out.
Maria's, well, they can take my driving license, but I won't let them take this. And Ren's just like, that's reassuring.
It's funny because, you see, he's saying the opposite of how he really feels. Because that's how the Ren do.
Yeah. And I do love the fact that Crow's, like, he's not just brooding and being like, "Oh, why am I here? I suck." No, he's, like, smiling and saying, "Hey, I can get a bird's eye view here."
And everyone's all like, "Now's no, we don't have any time for puns, you big nerd. So shut up and become a bird. A bird nerd!" And so that happens. And then Ruby's all like, "Yo, okay, so..." no, Weiss is like, "You needed me on the ground. Why?" And then Ruby's like, "Well, I have myself a plan."
Ruby always has a plan.
Ruby's getting better at plans every day, and it's pretty great.
Yeah.
Whee! Everyone's running now. In all sorts of directions.
I love that shot of Ruby going right up in the air, and then she pulls out the sniper and shoots the robot.
And I would like to state for the record, if you pay close enough attention, had that glass been any weaker, that would have been a direct shot on the pilot.
Yeah, and she would have shot Goldovin. And I want to bring up, when she shoots the glass, the impact kind of makes the robot, like, go back just a little bit.
Hang on, let me see here. Oh, a little bit. Yeah, it actually shakes the robot a little.
Yeah, so I want to know, how powerful is that sniper?
And how powerful are Ruby's arms to not fly off when she shoots it?
I'm sorry, is that a sniper rifle or a cannon?
I mean, honestly, and here's the thing, she was able to make that good of a shot that would have probably killed anybody if it were a different vehicle. And she didn't even really aim. She just kind of went, whoop, poink.
Yeah, she was like, "No scope."
Like, how do you do that, lady?
Next thing you know, she's going to put that in a COD montage that no one's going to watch.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Oh, and then Ruby does something really cool in that she,
I know.
She rides the missiles!
Yeah, she leaps between them, runs along one. Oh, that is such a cool moment for her. I love it.
Yeah. And then Weiss does some cool skating stuff, making ramps and stuff.
I do have to say, Ruby, I got calls from Raiden and Sonic the Hedgehog. They're both proud of you.
They very much are. And
that's something they do a lot.
And then I don't know why it makes me think of this, but then Ruby and Weiss kind of play Frogger.
Yeah.
I don't know why that's so funny to me.
I see it now.
Yeah. Like, I don't know why that's so funny to me, but it just kind of is. Anyway, Team Junior are on the case of being distracting.
And Nora's like, "You said it wasn't beach season."
That was a lie.
I love the callback.
Yeah. I gotta wonder. Something I've always wondered. I don't know if everyone has customized ammo like Nora does. But let's just assume that she's the only one that does. Where does she get it?
That is a good question. And
like,
she doesn't even have, like, a belt or a bag to...
carry grenade rounds. Like, I get it. We don't really see people carrying their ammo around much at all. I get that. With, like, the only exception, I think, being Yang. And even then, she can only, like...
No, we see Ruby pull out, like, other cartridges.
That's true. Okay. But Nora definitely not. So where's she keeping all these things? Well, we'll get to her. Anyway, Super Robot's got a super shield.
Yeah.
And for some reason, everyone is very surprised by that.
Yeah, and then she's like, "Oh, did you forget the Atlas created hard like dust?"
And it was like, yes?
Lady, I did not even know that was a thing.
Woman, this is the first time we've been introduced to a new type of dust in a very long time.
So cool your jets.
The last one was like in the first season of RWBY Chibi when we actually got like concrete confirmation on gravity dust.
That's still one of my favorite things.
Yeah, it is very good.
Gravity!
Yeah.
I saw that in the cinema when I went to see Volume 1.
Awesome.
That was hilarious.
Yes, it was. So everyone's kind of freaking out because they like, oh dang, we weren't expecting it to have a super shield. For some reason, I feel like they probably should have. And Ruby's like, in video games, there's usually a giant, obvious weak spot where you could hit to make things happen. And they're like...
It's always on the back.
Yeah, and they're like, no, that's not going to happen. That's stupid and silly. We'll get back to that.
Yeah, we will. Meanwhile, Oscar's, like, looking for
he's looking for said weak point, as Crow continues to be a bird. But then he's not a bird, and instead, he is a man with a scythe.
I just want to point out, he flies in and attacks it when it faces Ruby and Weiss.
Yeah.
I love that little detail.
Yeah. And then he cracks it open and then starts shooting in the hole. It's pretty crazy. Also, that bird form
to do damage, we gotta get up close.
Yeah.
Point blank.
I also enjoy two things, actually. The bird form is really good for dodging attacks.
Yeah, it is.
And that rock dust that that crazy old lady was shooting has really just given them more cover.
I know.
That was a bad call.
She did not plan that through, did she?
Yeah. And
then Weiss does another cool thing.
She does!
And staggers it.
She staggers it with a big old ice bazoomba. I don't even know what to call that. It was like... It's like a column or something. I don't know. Anyway, so then they're about to get shot to death by a missile. And considering how alarmed Ruby's face was, I feel like it would have hurt had it hit.
But...
Actually, it was a bunch of missiles. But the point of the matter is, apparently, in the mere moments before the missiles... this was almost point blank. Before the missiles were able to hit Ruby and Weiss, Weiss is able to summon her Queen Lancer, get both of them onto it, and fly away without actually getting hurt.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not entirely...
Weiss.
That is a cool moment for Weiss. Yes, that's a good feat. It's good. I like it. I'm confused by it, but at the same time, I don't care and I like it. Because ordinarily, I would be very confused as to how that was possible, considering how long it usually takes her to make summons.
I'm so glad I noticed that and pointed it out to you.
Yeah, and I also am not entirely sure how they didn't get hit. But
anime logic.
I guess so. Regardless, it's good for Weiss. She saved the day, and she's all like, "Oh, now they're on a big old bee."
Yeah. We'll get to that later.
Ruby then decides, "I'm gonna start cutting things up,"
and she cuts through it. I made this point in my reaction. I always love it when they show just how strong or fast or tough or whatever that these characters are.
Yeah, it's all pretty considerable.
Yeah.
So Ruby
showing them literally cut through this thing and damage it.
Yeah.
It makes me happy.
So Ruby manages to stagger the thing enough for its hand to go onto the ground to be bracing itself, and Ren decides, "I'm gonna go be a ninja," and then he goes and be's a ninja.
He jumps on it.
He does, and then oh, Jean, he's doing his best. He just was with a thwang, just thumping that fool.
And then Nora's like, "No, Jean, stop. Hammer time!"
And it is infinitely more noticeable, which again shakes the robot. And I believe... Oh, no. Ruby's just kind of hanging and waves to the...
And then we get one of my favorite moments when she's dangling over the window and then she just does that little wave.
Hi! That is very good. And then Ruby decides to drop.
I love Ruby.
And Weiss saves Ruby.
Yeah,
because Weiss is the best. Canon. She did not... Yeah. Okay, despite her claims, Ruby did not know that she was going to be caught.
I know. And I saw this on Ruby Rewind. I want to bring it up.
Okay.
When Chad was watching that scene, he was like, "Oh, what about Crescent Rose?" Because it looked like she kind of just left it.
Oh, yeah.
And then the others were like, "Really? You're concerned about Crescent Rose, but not, what about Ruby?"
She's fine.
She can always get another weapon if she loses it.
Yeah, but that'd be just depressing.
I know.
Anyway.
We'll get to that later.
Anyway. Oh, right, yeah.
I'm saying that a lot.
Completely forgot about that. Anyway, Ren notices a thing.
Foreshadowing.
Ren notices a thing, and rather easily pries the thing off, all things considered.
And and here's another rewind thing. It's okay, they always show the character seeing it or something to deduce that's the weak point.
Mm-hmm.
No, this is Ren getting up close and hearing it.
Oh, yeah.
You see, he gets up close and you can hear...
I was like, huh, maybe I should stab that. And then, while this is nowhere near as big a deal as any other character interaction we've gotten, this is the first time Crow and... Yeah, I know. So this is the first time Crow and Ren have ever interacted in any capacity, so that's kind of neat.
Yeah. And I'm just like, "So, what'd you fight?" "Oh, that." All right.
Yeah.
And then
they just shoot it and break it. It's like, huh, authorized personnel only, shield generator. Huh, well, how about that? Maybe it shouldn't have been labeled. No other parts of this thing are labeled.
And then we get
the best line.
The best line from Nora. You get back here with my man!
It's the way she says it, though. She doesn't say man, she says man. Like some kind of southern belle. I don't know why that's so great to me.
I kind of want to touch on this. I've seen commenters be like, oh, I guess that's Ren Nora confirmed. I'm just like, where have you been for 2 years?
Where have you been, dummy?
I'm pretty sure it was confirmed by the end of Volume 4.
Yeah, not only was that pretty much confirmed at that point, I mean, like, yo, they've been a lot more, like, huggy since then.
Mm-hmm.
And, like...
Even you can see it in the intro, too.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like freaking duh. Anyway, Weiss's amazing bee carries everyone to safety. And it is a good time. But now...
So it's fine when you make bee puns, but when I do it, oh...
You use bee puns incorrectly!
Says you.
At least Weiss actually is using a giant bee.
Okay, I'll give you that.
Or a wasp, whatever.
Anyway.
It still kind of counts.
Anyway, then John saves Nora.
He does. He loses his aura in the process, but considering that he amplified her while they got hit, I feel like it's safe to assume that Nora might have died had she gotten hit by that and not shielded by John.
Yeah, so good on you, John.
You saved Nora's life. Good job. Although they are both in very dire straits now.
Yeah.
In fact, everything is going kind of poorly at this moment, because then she shoots the bee is no longer the bee, everyone goes flying around. And I guess RWBY's... I guess RWBY's ability to quote-unquote fly has, like, a range. It's more like an air dash in a fighting game, apparently.
Yeah.
It's like she was trying to use a recovery move in Smash Brothers, and it wasn't quite enough.
I did not think about that.
Because it's like she's flying... Or falling, really. And then she does, like, the, her little twisty, capey
flying,
thing.
This is falling with style.
And she goes further and tries to reach the ledge, but she can't. It's unfortunate. And luckily, she didn't lose Crescent Rose somehow. She still had it. And now she's, oh god, I just realized. She's hanging off a cliff.
Yeah?
It's a cliffhanger.
Oh, yeah.
I did not realize that.
I didn't even think about it.
Regardless, so RWBY's about to be dead, but then Maria's like, lol, no. But then Crazy Old Lady is like, lol, no, and catches a missile.
Oh, hang on, you're cutting out for me.
I am? Well, that's no good.
Okay, is that better?
I don't know, is it?
Ah, crap.
Hang on, everybody. Hello?
Oh, there we go. That came through clearly.
Sigh. So Crazy Old Lady...
You internet!
Crazy Old Lady shoots a crazy old missile at him. And, no, not Crazy Old Lady. It was Maria, who is a crazy old lady. But that's besides the point. The robot catches the missile. And that's unfortunate.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't get a whole lot of that, but...
You still can't hear me.
I know what you meant.
You still can't hear me?
I guess technical difficulties.
Missile gets shot at RWBY so that the RWBY does not die, and then big robot hand goes, nah, grab missile. And then she turns around and is like, I'ma murder you.
I'm not sure if a giant robot catching a tiny missile works like that, but okay.
And yet it did.
Anime logic.
Anime logic! Anyway, so whether or not everyone dies right there is left to the imagination. And
I have an answer.
Yeah.
Preview, remember?
Oh, yeah. Okay, well, that's good. Anyway, now it's time for the part of the episode that I'm pretty sure you actually cared about. You were just waiting the entire time. It's like, okay, so when is this nonsense ending? I want to see the next thing. That was you.
Only partly.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, Blake and Adam are fighting.
Yeah, they're fighting, but then all of a sudden, it looks like Blake hears or, like, becomes aware of something.
Yeah, she, like, looks behind her for a second. It's probably probably her all-hearing kitty ears.
and then she like starts still fighting,
but also running.
Running
because she is a runner. And Adam's like, yo, do you ever not run away? And Blake's all like, nope. And she continues to run away. It's just kind of how
Meanwhile,
she does.
I'm like, hey, Adam, do you do anything besides be a douche?
I mean, also no. But that doesn't mean the point isn't valid. And then, Blake's coat is destroyed.
No!
And that is the first of many casualties that will befall the main cast.
We have silver linings from them.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Regardless,
Blake, you're gonna hate me for this, but Blake losing the coat. More shots of the Bella Booty. There's nothing blocking it now. Fans rejoice.
So
I had
anyway,
to get that out of the way at least once. Okay?
So anyway, Blake. Actually, I just noticed she gets 2 shots in on the side of Adam. Like it's like toink toink.
Oh yeah, she does.
She actually does get some damage in there. It's pretty great.
Yeah.
But then she decides, okay, I'm gonna start running again by doing flips. Because, you know, running and flips are just kind of her whole thing. They do some more of that, that fighty stuff that they're all about.
Yeah, and Blake, catches Adam's sword in, cleaver.
It's called a sheath.
No, like, the kind of sword the sheath is.
Okay.
It's a cleaver.
Look, okay, I'm just glad that that's where you were going with that, because no, she did not catch it with her cleavage.
Oh, God!
And I was very confused for half a second. Like, that's not what happened.
Bad Max!
Everybody gets one.
Where's my spray bowl?
You ain't got nothing. Anyway, Blake gets decked upside the head, and it looked very painful, although her aura is still perfectly fine, apparently, and she gets up, somehow. Because I guess she's supposed to be like the stealth character. Why is she so goddamn tanky?
Yeah, I've noticed that too. Like, even just like going through feats with like a friend of mine, it actually seems like Blake might be the toughest of the team. Like,
she might even be more durable than Yang is, and that's sort of supposed to be her entire shtick.
Yeah, that's kind of peculiar, but I think what happens coming up might tip the scale in Yang's favor in terms of durability.
Yeah, that's true. We'll get there, but the point remains is like if we're following RPG logic, Blake is. I feel like it's pretty safe to assume she's like the thief archetype. As it, not to say that she is a thief, but just to say that, that's her skill set. She's sneaky.
Yeah.
So usually that kind of character isn't known for being able to take godly amounts of damage.
But yeah, with Blake, it seems like they're going, nah, let's do the opposite of that.
Yeah. And, okay, so here's the thing. We get the quote-unquote reveal.
Oh, but before we get that, I just want to touch on a few things that Adam said.
Okay, sure.
Well, him saying to Blake, I wouldn't have to do this if you just behave.
First of all, to hell with you.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I hear some people, like, say that, like, about certain people in the relationships. I hate those people so much.
As you should.
Yeah. And then Adam calling Blake selfish and a coward. And Blake just calls Adam delusional.
Yeah,
one of many things to describe him.
Yeah, he is many things.
Yeah, and this really just helps confirm, like, yeah, there's no redeeming Adam at this point.
No, he's either going to die, or if not die, he's going to prison and ain't getting out.
Yeah.
So one of those two things are happening.
He's either gonna die, or suffer for the rest of his life.
So, we'll see what happens. But now, two things. There's the quote-unquote reveal of Blake's scar that she got when she got shanked by Adam way back in, like, Volume 3?
Yeah, but...
But, if you've seen all of our videos, you'll know that we already spotted that.
Thanks to some helpful fans on Twitter.
Exactly. They zoomed in on that fool, and if you looked between the flaps of her coat, you could see she already had it on her model, so...
Yeah. I don't think it was added to the model in volumes 4 and 5, because I think they made it so it would be revealed like this volume.
Yeah, I think it was a change they put... I think it was something they put on her model in this particular season.
Yeah.
Which means Weiss almost definitely also has one.
Hmm.
Oddly enough, on the exact opposite side of her belly.
Yeah. And I saw someone point this out, the Blake's scar is in the shape of an X, and she got stabbed with a sword.
Yeah.
So does that mean Adam stabbed her in that place more than once?
No. Scars are weird. Scars are weird like that. Basically, we saw him. He did one full, like, it was an impale. It was like a shank. Like, shank. And
yeah, but also anime logic. Sometimes the scars just come out in an X for some reason.
Yeah, but it's not. I don't think it's an X. Because I think the scar continues down past her belt. I just think that's just a skin fracture, which sometimes happens with puncture wounds.
Oh, yeah, fair enough.
Also, secondly, Blake...
Speaking of scars...
Blake has an outie? Her belly button.
I don't think I've ever looked that much into it.
Well, I paused on the frame that shows the scar. It's a close-up, and I'm looking at her belly button. And it looks like it's an outie.
Okay, then.
Anyway, so Blake's weapon gets destroyed.
No! Not her katana!
Goodbye, Gamble Shroud.
There is a silver lining.
I know, but let me say, goodbye, Gamble Shroud. You were, by far, the least visually distinct or appealing weapon in your team. But you were still pretty cool.
And one of my favorites, personally, because it's so many things at once.
Well, the weapon confuses me. It's a katana, it's also a boomerang, and a pistol. It's weird.
And the sheath is a cleaver sword.
And there's like a giant-ass ribbon. It's weird. The point is, Blake was in need. Blake was in need of an upgrade. She'll find something to make it work.
Going into that, people have brought up since this episode. Before he passed away, Monty actually said that Blake's weapon was due for an upgrade.
Ah.
So we'll finally see what that's gonna be.
I mean, if she's gonna get get the pieces and have it reforged or something, upgrades just seem kind of obvious at that point.
That is something I've theorized. I will go into it later, though.
Yeah. So, we see Adam's weird-ass face and how he's been branded. Apparently by what's possibly the Schneedust Company, SDC.
On the eye!
On the eye.
Okay, I'm sorry here, and I'm sorry to future you while editing this.
Oh, boy.
But branding someone on the eye, hell!
Yeah, that's a very unique type of pain.
Damn!
Like, we're only going to be able to, sympathize so much, but yeah, that does look very painful.
Yeah. I mean, that makes me feel for Adam to some extent. It does not excuse a bunch of stuff he's done, though.
No, but at least it explains the mask and blindfold thingy. Anyway, so then as Blake is about to die, he gets hit by a motorcycle. Oh, wait, no, he doesn't. No, wait, he doesn't. He tries to shank Blake, but she's an apparition. I
just want to say, that was my first heart attack of the episode.
Oh. You'd think that
because it takes so long to show it's a shadow clone.
Yeah, I know, but that's like the go-to thing with Blake. Remember when her quote-unquote head got cut off at the end of Volume 3? That
was my first heart attack of the series.
I'm just saying. Anyway, so Blake's fine. But then, motorcycle comes out of nowhere.
And says, wait, Adam asks, how's it feel to be alone? Yeah. Shank, shadow clone, she's like, I'm not alone, and Yang with a bike!
And I just realized, not only did she smack the dude with the bike, she also did a backflip off the bike.
That is so cool!
Like, that's an unnecessary amount of style.
You gotta love Yang's entrance this episode.
I'm having a hard time pausing it at the exact moment of impact. Doink! There we go, that'll work.
Yeah.
So, that's pretty great. Also, now
something sad we have to say.
Yeah, the motorcycle is dead. Probably.
Rest in peace, Bumblebee.
You died protecting Bumblebee.
Ah, you said it.
Only because I knew you would otherwise.
True. It was a good bike.
It was a good bike, but now it is a dead bike. I mean...
But it went out hitting Adam, and that was awesome.
It was pretty great. And then Yang's like, I'm gonna shoot some fools. And then Blake's like, ow, my scar hurts. And
but then Yang says,
chill out, cat lady.
Take a break. I'll hold him off.
I'm gonna punch him. And Adam's okay with it.
And then we get the rematch people have been waiting for.
Is it really a rematch if the first fight wasn't really a fight?
True.
Because that was more of just a dismembering.
Yeah, true.
It's like if you got your arm sliced off after being kidnapped, and then 3 years down the line, you re-met the guy that did it, and then that time you were able to fight him.
Okay, fine. It's the fight people have been waiting for 3 years.
Yeah, okay.
And it did not disappoint.
Nah, it's pretty great. Considering her complete and total lack of anything resembling, like, a range advantage on this one, Yang's able to get in there and hit a lot just by using her little boxy dives.
And, okay, so much happens so fast in this fight, and it's one of the reasons why I love it. It's just, like, so fast-paced, it's intense, it's just so cool.
Oh, I was wondering what... Okay, I just saw the scene, she's, like, rapid punching the sword, and a bunch of stuff were flying off, and I was confused as to what they were. They're bullet shells. Yeah,
she practically does that.
Yeah, but with bullets.
I would do the other one, but I can't do that well enough. No, I meant the one from JoJo. Yeah, I can't do that one justice.
Yeah, me neither. Anyway, so Blake is all like... So anyway, Blake is all like, yo, his semblance is exactly like yours, but better. And Yang's all like, well, that sucks.
I love that in the little line, though. Wait, so he can like, dish out damage without having to feel it? Oh, that's so cheap.
I mean, you know, says her.
I know. I actually saw a post about this. Someone was like, I love how Yang says that when her semblance in cross-tag battle is the definition of cheap.
Well, here's the thing. For the longest time, and I do mean for the longest time, it's pretty safe to say Yang's had the most brokenly overpowered semblance out of everyone on the show.
But then it turns out, nope, Adams is even more busted.
So there you go. He gets to do it in his shield. And so he does his, there's, like, flips and kicks. I really like how Yang uses the gun recoil to in her fighting style. I don't know if I've ever brought that up.
Before we go, like, more into this, I saw a little post about this, and I thought it was a really interesting point. So, another big difference between Yang and Adam in terms of their semblance, like, reflecting their character.
Yeah.
So, Adam, he doesn't feel any of the pain he takes from people to, like, make himself more powerful.
No, he deflects it. Here's what he does. He deflects pain and blame.
No, just hear me out. And whereas Yang does, to show that, Yang is more, I guess, empathetic?
Well, I mean, she is.
Yeah, I just thought that was a really good point. I can't really, explain it too well.
So then I think Adam uses the same attack he used to cut Yang's arm off the last time.
Well, actually, speaking of that last time thing, Yang throws herself at him, and he does nearly the exact same move, but she, shoots herself off to the side and, attacks.
Well, yeah, the angle is the angle is very different. But the point is, okay, so that happens, and her robot arm doesn't get cut off, so...
Oh,
what the hell is that thing made out of?
I do want to point out another little moment from that. Did you notice Blake and Yang, they share a look, and then Adam's, looking back and forth with them, and then he just gets pissed off and does it.
Mm-hmm. Because it's a reminder that she doesn't give a dang about him no mo.
Yeah, no, she cares about this person, not you.
And other people, too.
He just doesn't really know the extent of those people yet.
That is true. So then they hold hands, and people read into that.
Hold on.
And the episode is over.
Hang on, I want to talk about that scene a little bit more.
Okay.
I don't want to, rush over it.
Go fine. Go for it.
Okay. So, they actually give Adam, one last chance. Hey, leave us alone. This is your last warning. But he's not going to do that, and he actually notices Yang's handshake. And then he has that line, oh, do you really believe that? Or are you just saying that to scare me off so you don't have to die trying to protect her? Then Blade comes in, grabs Yang's shaking hand, and I love that final line. She's not protecting me, and I'm not protecting her, we're protecting each other. Going back to, saying, I'll protect you earlier in this volume.
Yeah, she eventually realized that apparently hurt Yang's feelings.
Oh, I love that so much.
It triggered her yangst.
Yeah, and of course the episode ends with them ready to kick Adam's ass together. it will be glorious.
Can we talk about how, for some reason...
yes, the Bumblebee fan of me is happy.
Yeah, whatever. The point is, can we talk about the fact that apparently, I only just realized this just now, that RWBY seems to be used as the indicator in concept art for how big something is supposed to be. Like in the concept art of the credits, it's like, here's the shield generator that we need to model up. Here's RWBY for scale reference. It should be this big. And even on the scene where it's like the cliff where Adam, Yang, and Blake are fighting, you can still see little RWBY PNGs around to help establish scale.
Oh.
It's always her.
That's funny.
This place is so big it make RWBY this small. So it looks like there's a standoff on the stone arch of RWBY versus RWBY. And I like that concept.
Oh, that's funny.
Good times. And that was it.
Alright, this is the last, like, B thing I'm saying.
Ah!
Truth be told, anytime I bring it up, it's, like, more so as a joke.
Uh-huh.
But
now you're taking it super serious, and it's gonna happen, and blah 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 blah.
Well, I just see it happening after this episode.
All right, you've made your point.
Yeah, so last thing I'll say, and I will just theorize on what could happen. And my thing about Blake's weapon upgrade. After Adam dies, do you think it'd be cool if she takes his weapon and like uses it in combination with Gamble Shroud and makes like a brand new blade?
I mean, it would be cool, but at the same time, I feel like that would be something that wouldn't be good for Blake.
I mean,
as her main method of combat now has a permanent reminder of somebody that was like nothing but awfulness to her. And considering the last time we saw a weapon enhanced by a dead person's weapon, it was when John put Pyrrha's stuff into his.
Oh, yeah, true.
So I feel like that would kind of be weird, send the wrong message, and just be kind of bad for Blake.
Actually. Yeah, no, don't do that.
So while it would, in fact, be very cool, character and story-wise, I'm not feeling it.
Yeah, I was just thinking of the coolness factor.
Yeah, yes, you gotta think these things through, my dude.
Because as much as I don't like Adam, I'll admit he has a cool weapon.
Yes, he does, and I like that his sword shoots out of the sheath and then does little twirly twirls and then comes back to him somehow.
Oh, we didn't even talk about this in the recording. We talked about it off screen.
What?
So, for anyone who doesn't know, before Monty passed away, he actually made test footage of a Yang versus Adam fight. And there were little snippets of it in this episode.
So...
like, I've seen screenshots, and they're nearly identical.
So there you go.
Yeah, and I love that.
He's still finding ways to contribute. What a legend.
Yeah. I love Monty.
Yeah, everyone does. Hell, to try and keep it from getting sad, how about that rewind?
Okay. So, there are some things I won't say, because I feel like, yeah.
So let's just skip past literally everything. 92% of humanity says Adam doesn't deserve redemption. Blah 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 blue. Barbara is a troll. What about the preview?
Also, Chad and Ellie, the hosts, they were with me and they thought that Adam's brand was a number at first.
It was not. Yeah,
when I first saw it, I thought it was 602.
Definitely not. Nope.
One of them thought it was 500, but then a friend of mine, Kira Armstrong, pointed out the SDC, and I was like, that makes way more sense.
Yeah, I mean, it could be a number, and we might be reading too much into it, but I mean, knowing what we know of the Schnee Dust Company, I mean, it certainly falls within character. At least of modern-day Schnee Dust Company, anyway. Now, what about that preview?
Alright, well, the preview is with RWBY and the others.
Okay. Probably because they don't want to spoil anything with the Adam fight, gotcha.
Yeah, which is fair enough.
Yeah.
It starts off with... We see the robot trying to get the plane. And we also see it from the view of the Atlas troops watching it on screen, and they're like trying to cheer on Gordovan. but they're not looking at something.
What are they not looking?
They're not looking at a radar, and there's a red dot on it.
Okay.
So, I think something big is coming.
Oh, they're causing conflict and fear and strife and scariness.
Yeah.
Oh, and that thing's designed to fight Giant Grim. They might summon the Grim monster that thing was designed to fight.
And because it's coming out of the ocean, Grimzilla.
Grimzilla! Oh my god! That sounds way cooler than what we were getting.
Anyway, so...
I mean, they were already fighting a giant robot, and that was cool, but Grimzilla! I want that!
Yeah, so RWBY makes her way up the cliff, which is good.
Yes, because she's got the skills to pay the bills.
Yep, and Oscar reveals he found a weakness.
You put a potato in its tailpipe?
Oh, if only. Also, I appreciate the Futurama reference.
You're welcome.
I was watching that earlier today, but besides the point.
Yeah.
So, with its cannons, a little chunk of it goes on the inside to put, like, dust cartridges in there. But the missiles pop out. So Oscar has a plan. If RWBY shoots one of the missiles while they're going back in, then just to take out the whole cannon.
That would probably help, yes.
Yeah. But they're asking RWBY, oh, do you think you can get a clear shot? But Oscar and Maria are like, hey, we can help with that. So they fly over, pick RWBY up, and they fly over to fight the robot, and that's the preview.
That's a good preview. That's a good wisdom. I give it a 4 out of 5.
Yeah, and people have pointed this out. There might be some foreshadowing from RWBY Chibi.
What?
Yeah, there was this little skit in there with like a giant Grim at Beacon.
Yeah.
And Blake has this comment I love where she's like, yeah, if only we knew someone who could destroy Grim with just their eyes.
And then
RWBY's
RWBY
like,
says,
season finale can't do it yet.
Yeah.
And there's a giant Grim coming, potentially.
But then the Yang hasn't tried to fight it yet. I don't think it's gonna do anything, but I'm gonna punch it anyway.
Yeah, but we also don't have Penny to destroy it this time.
Yeah, but she doesn't count.
Yeah.
But it will be the season finale, and RWBY will use her crazy eyes.
And that's probably gonna knock her out.
And lose one of her eyes, and then she'll have an eye patch!
No. Actually, I saw a post talking about that being foreshadowed, because, like, a bunch of her hair covers one of her eyes.
Well, I mean, it does. Personally, I don't think she's going to lose an eye, but I mean, if she did...
Maybe.
I mean, it would be symbolic and whatnot.
Oh, actually, I saw this, like, little thing. It's so cruel, but at the same time, that's kind of amazing. So, Volume 3... Pura died, Blake got stabbed, Yang lost an arm.
That did happen.
Volume 4, Crow got poisoned.
He did do that.
Volume 5, Weiss got stabbed.
Yeah, I wish that didn't happen.
Volume 6...
Everyone dies the end, the series is over.
Spin the wheel, let's see what happens if something happens to John, Ren, Nora, RWBY, or Oscar.
I mean, RWBY is due.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, actually, RWBY is the only one of the team that hasn't had to go through I
said this last time!
A potentially life-threatening injury. But I mean, the show's named after her, essentially, so...
It's named after her, Weiss, Blake, and Yang.
Yeah. Yeah! So, yeah, I don't know. Expect RWBY to get horrifically injured somehow. I mean, she'll be okay, but, you know.
Yeah. Oh, and I mean to bring this up.
Awkward silence.
So Yang's bike going into the water.
Yeah, it's dead.
I don't know if you remember this, but you called that.
I did?
Yeah, before this volume started, we were just speculating stuff, and you were like, I bet the bike is gonna get destroyed, and that's gonna symbolize bad things happening for the ship.
I don't remember ever saying that, but it sounds like it's something that could potentially have been something that I would have said.
No, I remember you saying it, but
Very
I think it
well.
looks like it might be the opposite effect,
Yeah,
which I
yeah.
find hilarious.
Yeah. Laugh it up, Mr. Man. Is there anything else you want to say before we end things off?
Well, I think we should do a little something that's like a look back at some point. Like, maybe go over the volume again and just see, what we called right, what we called wrong, like, that sort of thing.
Once the season is over, we'll talk about doing something like that.
Yeah, and I think that'd be a cool idea.
Alright then.
Yeah.
Good episode
And
all
also-
around.
Also, I was going to save this till afterwards, but I can't wait. I want to get your reaction on recording for this.
Oh, great.
So, I had to speak to some people, and it does look like I might actually be going to RTX Austin this year.
That sounds freaking awesome.
Yep. Tickets come out on Wednesday by the time I'm recording this. I am going to buy one, book my flight, book my hotel, and then... yeah, I'll be in Austin.
That's gonna be a hell of a flight.
Yeah, 10 freaking hours.
Well, you knew what you were getting into.
Yeah, but it's a good thing Nintendo Switch exists.
That is true. That will help.
Yeah, with like Smash Brothers and Breath of the Wild, I'm gonna be so occupied.
Fair enough. Well, alright, you daddy then, everybody. Hope you guys had a super fantabulous time in the next part. Hopefully we'll be talking about an episode, and no one will be dead.
And maybe more good things will happen.
Maybe.
Maybe
Bye-bye.
things will happen. Bye.